Welcome to Sheffield Children's Hospital. It looks beautiful, doesn't it? Now, despite caring for some of the region's most seriously ill children and their families, the Christmas spirit of happiness, kindness and goodwill certainly flourishes amongst the 3,500 staff that work here and the families who come here to be treated. On tonight's programme, we'll be looking at how staff here go above and beyond to ensure children and their families have the best Christmas, whether it's on a ward or being allowed home. We'll find out what work goes into keeping this hospital emergency ready, while ensuring the hard-working staff also get a break, and how the wonderful work of hundreds of volunteers help ensure this place is special, not just at Christmas, but all year round. Do stay with us, you will be amazed.
And it was a lovely sunset in Bedale this evening. The windy conditions continue over the next few days. I'll be back later in the programme with a full Christmas forecast.
Hello there, you're joining us from the main atrium of the Children's Hospital. If you've ever been here, you'll know what a special place it is. But at Christmas time, oh my goodness, the atmosphere is absolutely magical. We have the Sheffield Music Academy with us. There's decorations, there's antlers, there's Christmas jumpers. Hello everyone, happy Christmas. Happy Christmas. Thank you so much for joining us. We have patients, we have volunteers, we have staff. No matter what families are going through, there is lots of festive fun that happens in this hospital, and we'll be looking at some of it later in the programme. Now, this hospital not just treats children from South Yorkshire, but from right across the country. It is a very busy place. Last year, 190,000 children were treated here as outpatients. 65,000 attended the A&E unit. Now, of course, we all want to be home with our families for Christmas, don't we? But for some children, that won't be possible this year. So that means staff are leaving their own families behind to make sure they maintain the highest standard of care, whilst also trying to give that little bit of Christmas sparkle. Tom Ingle has been finding out how they get the balance just right.
Brrr, said Percy. I think I'll need an extra blanket tonight.
A few simple words, a story to transport Teddy far away from his stay in hospital.
No, they're all in the bed.
Teddy's in hospital because he's got stage 4 neuroblastoma, got diagnosed in October, and we are in 3rd round of chemo.
There can surely be only one thing worse than having a child in hospital, and that's having a child in hospital at Christmas. But at Sheffield Children's, December is much more than just another month.
We've had all sorts going off, the play team, the volunteers, the staff dress up, they do the elf on the shelf, which is fantastic, so you get to look for that every morning, and it's just wonderful. Like, it's just, they have all the crafts going off in here, and if Teddy can't make it down, they bring it all to his room.
We get to care for children, young people and their families at times when they need us the most, so it's an absolute joyful job every day, but Christmas is a really special time for us, and many of us volunteer to work at this time.
But a hospital stay over Christmas can still be a difficult time.
It's very upsetting, lonely. I can't really spend much time with my family at Christmas.
Are you going to be here over Christmas?
I think I get some hours out to go see my mum and dad, just spend a bit of time with them. Jessica Ennis come in and visit us, and I got her autograph. We had Sheffield Wednesday football team come in and visit us, and they gave everybody calendars and signed them and things.
While the rest of us wind down for the season, there's no opportunity to do that here. Staff and patients are constantly coming and going. But there is one person who won't be here on Christmas Day.
I wonder what it might be, Teddy.
Even though he's sick now, he feels sick and he is being sick, he's responding really well. We're getting discharged tomorrow about 5, 6-ish, and then, yeah, back on the 27th.
Undoubtedly, the best gift Teddy's family could have hoped for. Tom Ingle, BBC Look North, Sheffield.
Well, we hope they all have a magical few days together. I'm joined now by the Chief Executive of the hospital, Ruth Brown. Ruth, thank you so much for letting us take over today.
Thank you. You're so welcome, and it's wonderful to have you and your viewers with us this evening.
I know it's been a really tricky year, more pressure than ever on the NHS. There's the junior doctors' strike on at the moment. How do you maintain that level of care, not just at Christmas, but all year round?
Yeah, I mean, there's no doubt it's been a really tough year with the strikes. We're still recovering from COVID. But our colleagues, everybody across Sheffield Children's that make up the team of social workers, teachers, scouts, everybody, our volunteers, just really makes Sheffield Children's special. It's a real sparkle, especially at Christmas. It's so important to us that children feel cared for, feel safe, and that for those of us that need to have children in hospital over Christmas, that we make it a home from home.
How do you see 2024 playing out, Ruth?
I've got lots of optimism and hope for 2024. I think we've got some brilliant things coming for Sheffield Children's. We'll be finishing our helipad, which is a major trauma centre, is important. That'll open in spring. And then we've got a big project down in the Olympic Legacy Park at Attercliffe, which is a national centre for child health technology. That will be amazing. It'll bring lots of things to Sheffield Children's. And
it really is the people here, isn't it, that makes this place so special?
It really is. I mean, there's such a sparkle. You've been with us all day and through the month, and there's such a sparkle of everybody that just brings that extra magic for our children in Sheffield Children's.
Well, happy Christmas to you. Thank you,
Ruth.
Ruth.
Merry Christmas.
Well, it is Friday night, just 2 days to go until Christmas. We're going to hear a little bit more about that festive sparkle. My house is turbo excited. So how do staff cope? Like all the other parents, trying to keep the children quiet, under control, and making sure they sleep so they can make those final preparations. Phil Bodmer has been finding out.
Amy, thank you. Hello, I'm upstairs in Ward 1 of the Sheffield Children's Hospital. You can imagine as a parent, can't you, keeping the kids under control, keeping the excitement down as we head towards Christmas with Father Christmas coming down the chimney. But imagine if your children are in hospital, how do you deal with all that? Let's talk to Charlotte, who's in charge of this ward. Charlotte, what's it like working over Christmas in this place?
It's actually really nice to work over Christmas with the excitement of all the children. Their Christmas cheers never really dampen, so we're quite happy, and yeah, I'm excited for Santa to come, really.
How do you get them to sleep on Christmas Eve?
Well, it is a bit of a challenge, but I guess like any Christmas Eve it is, and we generally leave that job to the parents. But I'm working Christmas Eve, and I'm going to make some reindeer food for the children to give to Santa, or to the reindeer, sorry. And yeah, that may make them a bit more excited, but I'm sure they'll all get to sleep.
I'm sure they'll have a great time, Charlotte. Thank you for allowing us onto the ward today as well. Well, of course, there are people, sadly, who may have to spend time in Christmas. One of them is young Matthew here, who's had some major surgery. Matthew, I know you might have to spend Christmas in hospital, but you're still looking forward to Christmas, because I know you're a bit of a musician and you want Father Christmas to bring you something extra special, don't you?
Oh, yes, of course I do.
What is it? Tell me.
Well, I'd really like a new amplifier for Christmas. But, you know, I'm probably not going to get that.
Have you been a good lad, though, if you might be lucky?
Yeah, it's just really heavy.
You play a number of instruments too, as well. What do you play?
Yes, I play guitar, electric and acoustic, clarinet and tenor saxophone.
And I suppose while you've been here, you've been in, what, a week now?
A week and a day.
Wow, yes. Yeah. How have you found it?
It's been interesting. I've had a few ups and downs, but it's been all right, and I'm starting to head in a hopefully better.
I know they've been treating you well, and you're in a safe place there. I'm sure they're looking after you. But you imagine, can't you, for some of the youngsters as well, keeping them occupied, that's a key feature of what a hospital needs to do. Let's talk to somebody who's involved in helping keep young minds occupied. That's Kev, who's a play specialist. Kev, good to see you. Tell me about this space you've got here.
Yeah, so this is one of our communal spaces that we've got within the hospital and the ward. So this is the playroom that we've got. We've got other spaces as well, like the team lounge, which is opposite for older ones, but this is for the younger age.
So what have we got in here then?
So we've got plenty of resources that they can access themselves, that they can just come in and freely play. But we do have other resources that they they might specifically want, so we can dig those out for them as well. And also for patients that can't make it to these communal spaces, we've got activities we can take round to the bed spaces for them. You know, if they're like thinking on a pending procedure that they're going to be having, when they've got something to occupy their mind, it actually does distract them from that and actually does help calm the fears.
Well, it really is a great space. It reminds me a little bit of Play School, which we used to see when I was a youngster on the TV, and it's got a whole series of windows in this building, as you can see. And I think I'm right in saying, if I look through the triangular window dead ahead, I can almost see Amy.
Cooey! We've got all CBeebies. Thanks, Phil. I think you've missed a spot. Well, that's it from us. We'll be back here later in the programme, but now let's throw to Amanda with the rest of the day's news. It's all yours. Amanda, thank you. Hello, welcome back to Sheffield Children's Hospital that's opened its doors to look north for the start of the festive period. Let's talk to some of the special guests that are here tonight, shall we? Hello, Leighton. I know that you're going to be home for Christmas time, so what have you asked Father Christmas for this year?
Metal detector.
A metal detector? That's a brilliant one. Is that so you can get all those magic Christmas coins?
Yeah.
That's a good idea. Have a lovely Christmas, Leighton. Now, Leah, you're a super special guest here tonight because you started raising money in October, didn't you? And you've raised how much since then?
3,400.
Wow. Tell me what you've been doing to raise that money.
So I've been selling some keyring scrunchies, and in January I'm going to be selling this Lionesses shirt from Esme Morgan.
Fantastic. So any footballers who are watching, we want some more signed shirts to raise lots more money, don't we, Leah? Happy Christmas to you. Catherine, you're part of the play team, which is so important here at the hospital. What have you been doing to keep spirits high in the Christmas period?
We've had lots of people come round and visit. We've had some fantastic visitors, such as footballers and entertainers, and then we've got some activities going on in the playroom and at the bedside for those that can't come to the playroom.
Poppy, it's not nice being at hospital at the best of times, but at Christmas it must be quite difficult. What's been keeping your spirits up?
The activities that they provide here and how they decorate the wards up completely for Christmas time. It brings Christmas to me.
Well, I know you're home for a couple of days, so enjoy your time with your family. Thank you to all of you, and keep up the good work, all you fantastic staff. Now, they really do rely on fundraising here at the hospital, and you may have noticed at the beginning of the programme we showed you those beautiful lights on the outside. Snowflakes, 300 of them. Not only do they look pretty, but they raise over £350,000 every year for this hospital. They are a bit of a mission to get up there, so Mark Ansell has been to take a look at how they do it, and there is a warning, there's some flashing photography at the start of his report.
3, 2, 1.
It's a sure sign Christmas is on its way for people in Sheffield. The switch on of the snowflakes at the Children's Hospital.
3, 2, 1.
Push it.
2 years ago, Oliver Howe did the honours. Very sadly, he died of cancer in February this year, aged 8, having helped raise over £100,000 for the hospital charity. His parents have a snowflake with his name on it.
We made him a big promise that we will keep his legacy alive and make sure he's always got his name in lights for everyone to see. This was his second home. Yeah, if you think it's a horrible place for kids to come, it really isn't. They look after them. He wanted to be here. If he wasn't at home, he wanted to be here. He felt safe.
The snowflakes are iconic in Sheffield. The job of fitting them to the side of the hospital starts with volunteers bringing them out of storage. There are 4 different sizes of snowflake, each with a sponsor who donates money to the Children's Hospital charity.
Such a huge project requires so much logistics, so much thinking behind the scenes, and there's so many elements to it. There's also so many moving parts and different partners that we work with, so it is quite complicated, but I feel like this year's probably been the most organised we've ever had it, and giving the Christmas sparkle to the Children's Hospital is just the icing on the cake that makes the whole project amazing.
Then it takes a team of engineers 4 12-hour days to fit the lights.
We're just going to tie wrap it to the frame with this specific angle, so we can actually get this proper slope down on the tag. There you have it, 1 snowflake secured.
I'm up in the cherry picker, I've got my safety harness on. Matt here is attaching a gift tag, hi Matt, to each of the more than 300 snowflakes. Quite a job. How's it going, Matt?
All right, see, it's going well, especially no holdbacks with the weather.
All this effort raises more than £350,000 for the hospital charity to help children in our area when they need it most. Mark Ansell, BBC Look North, Sheffield.
I'm joined now by John Armstrong, who's the CEO of the Children's Hospital Charity. John, the snowflakes is just one thing. Tell us about the other things that the charity does for the hospital.
The charity does a huge amount for the hospital, but we're supported by our amazing donors and individuals and corporate organisations that contribute to our charity. So a big thank you to them this Christmas. But we have a huge number of events that we've been running around Christmas. So we've had our Theo running the park event. So we've had 400 people running around in their festive clothing. We've also had our Christmas jumper day, and we've had lots of celebration events to switch on our snowflakes, both in Sheffield and across sites in South Yorkshire.
I know all year round it's so important to have charitable support, but at Christmas time families are missing nativities, they're missing parties, they're missing get-togethers. What does the charity do to give that Christmas sparkle, if you like, at a really worrying time?
Yeah, absolutely. The charity funds all sorts of activities in the hospital. So we've recently funded some artists to come in to perform at the bottom of children's beds, a group called the Concertinis. We also fund musicians to come at Christmas to make it feel a really special and festive place for children when they're in hospital.
John, thank you. So as you heard there, a really fun and festive place to be. And a lot of that is down to the charitable support, but also the patrons. We're going to talk to one of them shortly. Mr. Dan Walker is in the house. Good evening, Dan. But also there's been visits throughout the Christmas period from footballer Harry Maguire. There's been Esme Morgan, Jess Ennis, who's been involved in the charity for a very long time. Let's see what they have been doing to keep spirits up.
Do you know what? A brother is going to be so jealous.
The hospital have been amazing. They're amazing every year. It doesn't matter if it's Christmas or any other day of the week. They're here, they're on the ward, they're dressed up, everything's trimmed up, Christmas dinner's given. Everyone's treated like a big family, and that's the best part of it.
Oh, and Merry Christmas from the Sheffield Children's.
Hi, it's Jessica Ennis-Hill here. I am a very proud patron of the Sheffield Children's Hospital, and I wanted to say a huge thank you to all of you for your amazing efforts in 2023.
Thank you so much. They're really helpful. They're like family. They don't realize like board and stuff. Yeah, whenever you call them, they're there for you. They give you like milk, stuff, toys for the kids to play.
Merry Christmas! Merry
Well, another patron is Dan Walker. He has cha-cha-cha'd in for a chat.
Oh, yes. Hi, hello, everybody.
You're a lot taller in real life, Dan.
Yes, that's why they make me sit down most of the time.
Now, tell me, why did you get involved with the charity here?
I came to Sheffield as a student many years ago, and I knew a bit about the charity, and I've got 3 children who've all been in at various times. And I think anybody who lives in Sheffield is incredibly proud of this place. And I got asked, I think it was about a decade ago, and I've been involved ever since then. Coming here regularly to meet the staff and the patients, and along with the other patrons that you've just seen there, just constantly trying to raise money, because we love this place and everybody who lives in Sheffield is very proud of it, but we'd love the facilities to match the quality of the staff, and we are slowly getting there, but there's always more work to be done.
It really is a special place, isn't it? You can say it, but you can feel it when you're here.
Yeah, I think everybody in Sheffield, like I said, feels very proud of it, and also people want to support it. And even now, you've talked a little bit about the people who will be here on Christmas Day, and nobody wants to be in hospital on Christmas Day, but anybody watching this now, you can still support those kids with either gifts or donations through the charity website, and that's just Christmas. And then next year there's all sorts of big plans as well. I mean, Ruth talked about the helipad that's going to be unveiled. John and Lucy have a comedy night which sold out in a week. Last year that raised £70,000. We've got a golf day. We've got so many things to get involved in, and I'm wearing the old Bright Young Dreams hoodie. We've got loads of plans as well, all the patrons, to get involved with children's mental health provision next year as well. So 2023 has been amazing, the staff are fantastic, and 2024 we hope is going to be even better.
Who wants to see him dressed as a crab again dancing?
It was a lobster.
Yes.
It was a lobster.
Oh, a
It was not a crab.
Sorry.
It wasn't a crab.
They look very similar. Happy Christmas, Dan.
And to
Thank
you,
you
Amy,
so
as well.
much for
Thank
coming
you.
down
Thanks
tonight.
very much, guys.
Well, who is dreaming of a white Christmas? Yes, me too. Keely, is it on the cards? Please say yes.
I'm sorry to disappoint, but absolutely not. It will, though, be quite a windy Christmas. It's been another windy day today. Not as windy as yesterday, but we still had gusts over 50 miles an hour, 58 mile per hour gust at Emley Moor. There was also a lot of cloud, as you can see from this picture at Shipley. But if we move on to our next picture, and we did have quite a few of these, there were some lovely colours at sunset this evening. Please keep your pictures coming in to the social media pages, to the BBC Weather Watchers page over the Christmas period, formerly Twitter at Keely Donovan, Instagram, Keely.Donovan. So yes, the wind will be a feature of the weather as we head through the next few days, particularly on Christmas Eve. We've already got an early warning for the risk of gales or severe gales. As for tomorrow, yes, it'll be blustery. It'll also be mild and cloudy. And in fact, Christmas Eve could be the mildest Christmas Eve on record, as well as being very windy. Christmas Day is going to be wet, not white, I'm afraid. If you're looking forward to your Boxing Day walk, it may well be that Boxing Day is a little bit calmer, drier and brighter, with hopefully some sunshine. So this is a radar picture. We've had the wind coming down from the northwest, bringing down little bits and pieces of rain, and there's still little bits and pieces of rain out there at the moment. I think what we'll find is that rain will tend to move away northwards, perhaps pepping up for a time before moving away northwards overnight. It'll still be blustery overnight, but it'll be a mild one, with temperatures only dropping back to around 9 or 10 degrees. Let's have a quick look at those high water times at 1:31 in Filey tomorrow afternoon. So tomorrow does look like there'll be quite a bit of cloud in the forecast. The cloud may thin and break away from the hills at times, particularly through the first half of the day, but there'll always be the threat of patchy rain and drizzle moving down from the northwest as we head through the afternoon. More nuisance value than anything else, but I think after dark that rain will pep up and a band of rain will sink southwards. It's going to be a windy day again, gusts 35 to 40 miles an hour quite widely, 11 or 12 degrees, so mild for the time of year. And then very mild for Christmas Eve. Also very windy with the risk of gales or severe gales. It looks like it's going to be rainy on Christmas Day itself, with some of that rain heavy, but drier, brighter and cooler for Boxing Day, Amy.
Keely, thank you. Well, that is it from us. Thank you so much to the families and the staff here at Sheffield Children's Hospital who've allowed us to come down for the day. I think we should have a bit of Christmas music, shall we? So take it away, Sheffield Music Academy. All that's left to say is Happy Christmas to you and your family, and we wish you health and happiness for the new year. Good night.